the administration is still lying about this government shutdown. Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, Mike Johnson, basically every MAGA Republican calling it a Schumer shutdown when that couldn't be further from the truth. All that Democrats want to do is to ensure that those that have their Medicaid coverage keep it. This has nothing to do with giving free health care to undocumented immigrants. As we know, and I repeat on this show over and over again, undocumented immigrants, it is illegal for them to get Obama subsidies. Completely illegal. But yet MAGA Republicans are making the case that Democrats want health care free for all, including undocumented immigrants. It's a blatant lie. No, they want what's taken out of this big and awful bill, which would put 20 million Americans without medical coverage, millions of Americans without food stamps. That's not a Schumer shutdown. That's Republicans that want to take your benefits away, the most vulnerable people in this country that are struggling. But Greta Van Susteren asked J.D. Vance the question, and once again, J.D. Vance lying to the American people about health care. Have a listen to this.
I'll bring it back to the United States. Domestic issues. I think probably the primary issue that every American cares about: health care, access to health care.
Yep.
Obamacare has not worked for a lot of people. Do you have, or does the administration have a plan? Because now the wars are at least hopefully getting behind us.
Sure. We do have a plan, actually, and one of the things that the Obamacare system did is that it really broke the insurance regulations in this country. I mean, so many people, if you go back to that early implementation period of Obamacare, even people who had really good health care, they saw their health care bills skyrocket by 100, 200, even 300%. You remember the famous promise, if you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. A lot of people found because of the Obamacare regulations, they couldn't keep the doctor that they had built a relationship with over years. We want to fix that program, that process, and we also want to make sure that people can access affordable health care, because the great promise of Obamacare is that it would slow the increased costs of health care. It completely failed on that metric too. So we do have some things that we're working on. We've actually extended an olive branch to Democrats and said, if you guys want to come and have a conversation about how to fix this system, we'll certainly sit down and talk with you.
Is there a fix? Is there a fix?
I think there are things that you can do to make it better. I think the system, to pretend that we can fix such a complicated system, that logic is probably what led to the original Obamacare disaster. But I think that we can actually make the regulatory system of the insurance marketplaces work better. We can use reinsurance to make it more affordable for people with pre-existing conditions to get access to health care. And we can also make it easier for, look, if you're, let's say, a 30-year-old man who's completely healthy, you're going to want a different insurance product than a 65-year-old with some pre-existing conditions. I think that if we allow people to get the kind of health care plan that suits them, it'll actually lower costs. It'll get more people into the insurance system, which lowers costs for everybody, but it also make it so that people actually access good care. It is broken. The system was broken. We inherited a very broken system, and we do have some good ideas for how to address it.
Well, what are those ideas? Funny, I thought the question was, what's your plan? I'm sorry. Did anybody hear a plan in that answer? I heard what Republicans have been doing for 9+ years, which is complaining about Obamacare. Where is the replacement plan? I didn't hear a plan from J.D. Vance. Have they been keeping it secret for 9 years? I heard more complaining about Obamacare and no actual real solutions. We have things we are working on, J.D. Vance said. Why are you keeping it secret? You've been working on it for 9 years. What's the plan? All I heard was complaining about Obamacare. They have no plan. I'll tell you what their plan is. Taking 20 million Americans off of Medicaid coverage, taking their food stamps away, basically taking any government program away from you that could help you. Unemployment benefits, maternity leave, lowering taxes for the top 1%. They have no plan for all of you. And that's proof right there. You ask any of these MAGA Republicans, what is your replacement plan? And they'll start bringing up Obamacare. They have no plan. You can't complain about something if you don't have a solution to it. You couch assaulter, you imbecile.